Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are live with Mindset Monday. I am here with my co-host, Dave Bergio. Dave, what's going on?
Jonathan, good morning. What's good with you, bud? I'm
Had a
good.
great weekend, caught up on a lot of work, getting through 75 hard. I got 10 days left, and that's why you mute your phones when you go on live, ladies and gentlemen, so you don't have that.
It's not the
Um,
phone. It's not.
yeah. So let's get through this, right? If you want to analyze why 75 hard is so impactful, right? Everyone talks about the physical transformations, and there is no doubt physically it'll get you in some of the best shape of your life. But why it works and what's so good about it is one, it develops discipline. Two, it develops habits. If you ask me what I would rather have, discipline or motivation, I much rather have discipline. The reason is motivation comes and goes. It's kind of like showering, right? When you have the discipline, you are going to do it no matter what, whether you feel like it or you don't. And most times, let's be honest, you don't feel like doing what you have to do, right? That's part of being human, right? Is you don't want you have these reports to do. You have to do this stuff for taxes. You have to make these phone calls. You have to get to the gym. But are you motivated in that moment to do it? Probably not, right? But if you develop the discipline, that means you're going to do it no matter what. When you develop the habits, okay, instead of having a schedule, when you just have habits that you're going to run through, you're going to come out a lot stronger, a lot better, a lot leaner, right? And you develop those reps that you can do it at any point. You can turn it on and turn it off. Hopefully, it's always on, right? And that's what leads to real success. Dave, I think we spoke about this. You know, this is going to be my fifth time going through 75 hard. Why have I continuously done this to myself? Well, it just coincides with my highest earning months. When I do 75 hard, I earn substantially more. I help more people, I make a bigger impact, and I drive my companies forward. Why is that? It's counterproductive because, or counterintuitive. You think because you're doing all these things, you don't have time to do what matter and what moves the needle. But because you're doing these things, because you're laying this foundation, because you're developing the discipline, even though you have less time, you're actually way more efficient and effective using that time, and it leads to a bigger impact. Dave, what are your thoughts here?
I love this because this is what hanging on my desk. It's been why 75 hard? Well, it works. I mean, it just it. The crazy thing about 75 hard in general is when you look at it on paper, it's really easy. And when you actually start getting into the flow of it, it's not easy at all, especially with day to day activities and everything you got going on with your business, with your kids, with your household. It's a lot, man. But when you start mastering those small disciplines and get ahead, you're right. It creates more time. And we have talked about that. Our best times in business and for what we're doing overall in general, mental clarity, physical clarity, but physical peak shape, they all come together, man. Are you doing a little advertisement for First Form Energy drink right there?
This is definitely not an ad for this orange creamsicle sunrise. That's not an ad for that. No. Um,
uh, I had to throw that one in there, man. But no, in all seriousness, it's something that I've ingrained into my lifestyle. Like coming through COVID, man, like that was a crazy time in my life. And I don't even know if I've ever shared this with you. COVID obviously didn't matter to me personally because I had a whirlwind of other shit going on. My mom passed away before the world went to shit. Our daughter was on arrival at the same time. And then we started trifecta all at the same time. But what happened with that? Dealing with an estate, dealing with the birth, dealing with the business. I forgot about everything else.
yeah.
And you can spiral really quickly, not only just mentally, but physically. I was almost 50 pounds overweight. I felt like dog shit. Just you're in the house all the time. You're not doing these things to get your mind sharp. It all starts with the mind, man. Look,
Yeah.
mindset Monday, you know, and as soon as that starts going down and you're creating negative habits, those physical habits are going to fall by the wayside too.
Yep.
And dude, it was an uphill battle, but 75 hard in general, it changed all that. It got me back to the quote unquote fighting weight. You know, and it's not about the fighting weight physically, it's about the fighting weight mentally, man. All that shit comes up behind it.
Yeah, I think what people don't understand is like when you say balance, there's no balance, right? It's if you like you have faith, family, finance, and fitness, okay? And when one of those are lacking, they drag the other areas down, right? So if you're reading every day, you're taking care of your mind. If you're exercising and eating the right way, you're taking care of your body. That allows you to produce more at work, right? It allows you to get more done at work. You feel better, you feel stronger, you feel more confident. All right. These little wins all stack up and it creates momentum in your life. And without that momentum, you're constantly feeling like you're on a boat with no direction, no paddle, no way to go. And that's why I know it's hard when you're doing it, but basically breaking these things down and getting these little wins like, hey, I woke up, I took the picture. I woke up, I worked out outside, right? That's what it kind of teaches you is to get the day going early, get the day going the right way, and schedule everything out. Like one of the things that I've learned when I'm doing this program is if I don't do my first workout of the day early, I'm doomed the rest of the day. Well, guess what? It works that way. I intentionally schedule all the hard stuff I have to do for the day early on, and then I try to add, like I look ahead and I try to get knock stuff out afterwards. And then I just finish up my day strong. I read, I pray, I visualize, and guess what? I am on to the next day. I'm sleeping, right? I got a full day in. I did everything I could, and I can rest my head on that pillow at the end of the night, knowing that I didn't leave too much, if anything, in the tank. And that is how you build that momentum. And when you have that momentum, it's a lot easier to take care of all the other stuff that you have to take care
But I think it also is that it will start stretching you and challenging you more to do harder things down the road. So when you get that point in time, whatever 75 days or 30-day splits leading to 75, okay, this was pretty simplistic. How can I make this harder now? Okay, this got easier. How do I make it hard again? You're continuously stretching those boundaries that you have. You know, you're not getting that. It's also easy to get stagnant with that, doing that same thing over and over again. But on that flip side, that dichotomy, mastering the mundane as well. You know, so like you can look at that from two sides of the coin, but continuously challenge yourself every day. Start off with something that's going to beat you up in the morning and then work from that every day. You know, it's conquering that inner voice in your head that says, shit, man, I really don't feel like doing this, man. But one of the greatest things I heard not too long ago, it's not about like, you know, what's going to happen if you do this. The best thing about that, and I've been telling myself this every day for the last 2 weeks. What if I don't do it?
Yeah.
You know, what's going to happen if I don't do it? And that like resonates a lot with me now, just like moving forward and everything. All right, well, we got all this hard shit here. What happens if I do it? Will it really mean anything? What happens if I don't do it? Yeah. What happens if we don't get to that next level? What happens if we're leaving this on the table over here for how we're trying to grow a company? What's going to happen to my kid's future? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, dude, that's cool you said that because there's really two ways to motivate people, right? Mm-hmm. And it's cool that you know your way, but the one way is to pull them or drive them to pleasure, or gain, and the other way is motivation through loss, right? Those are the only two things that motivate people, either gain or loss. And you know in your head that you are motivated to you don't want to lose, right? And so if you can find out what really motivates you as a person, you can kind of control your mind and your body on, hey, I have to do this, I have to do that. And I'll tell you right now, like the biggest thing I've noticed with the cold plunge and hopping in that in the morning, and before you work out or after you work out, it kind of, because you have all those endorphins released, you're in a better mood and you can handle stress a lot better throughout the day, let alone the physical benefits. That's the biggest benefit I've seen from hopping in 45-degree water for 5 minutes. Like, because nobody in their right mind wants to do that. Like, that's not enjoyable at all. But it is impactful. So, guys, I hope you got a lot out of this. As always, we do this to help. We do this for you guys. Please like, share, comment, get this in front of someone that needs to hear it. And we will catch you on Financial Fitness Friday. Take care.
Be great.